Hey everyone, I'd like to give a big thanks to everyone who watched the parody video I put out last week. I had a lot of fun making it and I'm thankful for all the supportive comments it got. I'm going to try and make this video as quick as possible. I've been making some breakthroughs for the mod in the visual department and I hope you'll look forward to them. There were 4 weapons added in with 1.0.3, the Pulse Rifle, Boomcannon, Chunkwriter, and Jolt Rifle. The Chunkwriter is currently going through some major internal changes, so I'll be leaving it out for this one, and giving it its own mini video in the future. The Pulse Rifle is a non-boss rifle. Its damage is the same as the Assault Rifle, and it functions similarly to Ruin. It fires 4 bullets in a burst, and its spread gets wider with every bullet. Without the Hunter Set passive bonus or the Iskall Hunter Band, the spread becomes too unreliable for long range. Spamming bursts makes this even more apparent. This is why I recommend tap firing at longer ranges. This gives the spread time to reset and helps your overall accuracy. When targets get close, feel free to spam fire. Landing all 4 hits on a weak spot deals pretty good damage. As for what armor and equipment to run, there are plenty of good combinations. Obviously, the Hunter Set comes to mind. As against enemies with weak spots, it's going to be a big boost for your damage. The reduced spread it grants also complements the weapon very well. The Void Set is definitely one of my favorite options. The bonus damage helps deal with enemies without weak spots. The same goes for the Drifter Set if you'd like to be a bit more agile. Speaking of agile, the Akari Set gives an incredible boost to your fire rate, which is good for close range but impractical for long range. For trinkets and mods, I'd say pick whatever aids your performance. If you wish to go for long range engagements, the Iskall Hunter Band is a must-have. The increased effective range and reduced spread help immensely. Getting more damage couldn't hurt either. Hunter's Band, Empowering Loop, Stone of Balance can all help with that. If you were using the Akari Set, the Burden of the Warlord wouldn't be a bad choice. You could try using Ring of Flawless Beauty, but the increasing spread per shot can make it very hard to land every weak spot hit. Hunter's Mark, Song of Swords, and Hotshot are all great picks for the slot. No matter how you decide to build around it, the Pulse Rifle is a fine addition to the weapon roster. The Waster's Boomcannon is a non-boss grenade launcher. It fires out a single grenade with a slight arc. Just like the Hive Cannon and the Pride of the Iskall, the direct hit and blast deal separate damage instances. This means both roll a separate crit chance. The damage it deals is incredibly powerful. However, its power comes at a threat to the player. A single grenade can kill the player with the right setup. Because of this, you should use its immense effective range to your advantage when possible. You can pop a grenade around a corner, and anything near the blast will take the full brunt of the splash damage. It's still possible to hit enemies in the weak spot, but most of the damage is done by the blast, so don't stress over trying to aim precisely. It might also help to pick a secondary that isn't also single shot, unless you plan on running the Slayer set. Speaking of which, let's move on to armor choices. The Slayer set is the go-to single-shot weapon armor choice. The bonus reload speed helps out a lot, since you'll be doing a lot of that with this weapon. The Bandit set is also a fine choice. The weapon's direct hit and blast both have a chance to refund the grenade. The chain refunds you can get with this are absolutely insane. Definitely one of the highest potential armors for the weapon. As for trinkets and mods, here are some good picks. For rings, I like running Empowering Loop and Outlaw Sigil. Empowering for damage and Sigil for reload speed. The bonus reload speed from Outlaw Sigil is incredibly good at making up for one of the downsides of the weapon. For necklaces, Vulcan's Detonator and Cryogen Blast are both excellent choices. Vulcan's gives the weapon a 25% damage boost and fire dots. This helps to push the weapon's power even further. Just be sure not to hit yourself, or you're practically guaranteed to die. Cryogen Blast works amazing for crowd control. 1 grenade will give everyone caught in the blast stacks of frostbite and eventually frozen. Finally, for mods, I recommend running Explosive Shot. It benefits from both Vulcans and Cryogen. Flicker Cloak wouldn't be a terrible option either, as it could potentially save you from your splash damage. Overall, the Boomcannon is a true force to be reckoned with. Last up we have the Jolt Rifle, a boss variant of the Ricochet Rifle. It deals half the base damage of its parent weapon, but has double the ammo. The discs themselves deal shock damage and benefit from elemental damage increases. The discs also deal more damage on subsequent bounces, opposite of the Ricochet Rifle. This leads to some crazy numbers in the final bounce should the disc hit a weak spot. The mod it comes equipped with is Zeus's Quiver. This toggleable mod allows the user to call down a bolt of lightning in an area. Targets who are directly hit are afflicted with Overloaded. Targets around the zone are hit with splash damage. The blasts are weaker than that of Eye of the Storms. However, they are much easier to set off, and from longer distances too. You do get 6 charges of the mod, but they are all fairly costly, at least if you aren't getting many bounces from your discs. If you only land a single bounce, the mod power generated will be pitiful. It works best when hitting multiple enemies in a crowd. So what kind of armor should this weapon use? Both the Labyrinth and Twisted set are good picks, as they both increase mod damage by a significant amount. The Bandit set works as it does with the normal ricochet rifle, and with damage increasing with bounces, the more discs you get out faster, the better. Same goes for the Slayer set. The bonus damage on discs can get pretty high, and with more ammo, you can send out more before having to use an ammo box. For trinkets, I recommend Storm Amulet, Prismatic Diamond Ring, and either Spirit Stone or Burden of the Follower. These help to boost the damage of the basic shots and the mod, as well as giving a boost to mod power generation. If you're able to fight multiple groups of enemies frequently, you probably won't need any more mod generation. Maybe run something to boost reload speed like Outlaw Sigil. The Jolt Rifle is an awesome new addition to the boss weapon collection. And that's 3 of the 4 new weapons from 1.0.3. Like I mentioned in the beginning, I'll be covering the Chunkwriter once its rework comes out. I haven't put out a poll for what I'll do next. If you have any suggestions, feel free to leave one in the comments. As always, I'll be linking Bolt's Discord in the description if you want to come say hi or leave feedback on the mod. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.